first Max Payne game was a victim to multiple development delays and spent years in the making. However, the end result was a thrilling and stylish action game that was ultimately worth the wait. Millions of fans and critics adored the game's unique bullet-time action and dark, gritty storyline. Shortly after the game's release, the wait began for the next chapter in Max Payne's story. Unlike the first game, the sequel was announced just months before it arrived on store shelves and did so without any kind of delay. This new Max Payne was being billed as a film noir love story. The game was released in 2003 for the PC, PlayStation 2, and Xbox. The second game featured what Remedy was calling Bullet Time 2.0. In the first game, when Bullet Time was triggered, time would change to a slow-motion state. Now with Bullet Time 2.0, Max could move faster with each successful kill. This new gameplay element gave the sequel a way to more close-quarters focused shootouts and overall a different feel than its predecessor. The game also made use of the new Havoc physics engine, extensively resulting in ragdoll physics and fairly realistic masks for many objects in the game. In the first game, the programmers at Remedy portrayed the game's characters in the graphic novel cutscenes. This time, professional actors were hired to be used in the still photo cutscenes. Sam Lake stuck to writing the game script and opted out of being the face model for Max Payne. The new face for Max Payne was modeled after the actor Timothy Gibbs. James McCaffrey returned and reprised the voice of the title character. The ending theme song, entitled Late Goodbye, was based on a poem by Sam Lake and performed by Finnish group Poets of the Fall. The story begins 2 years after the events of the first game. Instead of being punished for his history of violence, Alfred Woden kept his word and Max Payne emerged unscathed and was treated like a hero. Max chose to leave the DEA behind him and return to his old job at the NYPD. One night, he investigates a potential hostage situation in a warehouse that belongs to his old friend Vladimir Lem. Inside, he discovers a group of hitmen disguised as cleaners. When they try to escape, Max chases after them and runs into Mona Sachs, who he had thought to be dead. Despite his efforts, the cleaners manage to escape just as Max's backup arrives. Max returns with his partner Winterson to the NYPD. He reports his findings at the warehouse to Lieutenant Jim Bravura. However, Max doesn't mention his encounter with Mona. His partner Winterson is sent to investigate the recent homicide of the Senator Sebastian Gate, and an eyewitness managed to identify the one responsible for the murder. From the artist's rendition, Max learns that Mona is the suspect, but keeps that knowledge to himself. Seeing Mona alive that night caused a continuing conflict in his mind. He never knew for sure if she survived that night 2 years ago. After the meeting, Max decides to have a talk with Vladimir Lem and get his side of the story. He arrives at Vlad's nightclub to discover that Vlad is under attack. The men attacking Vlad are being led by Vinny Cogniti. Max manages to save Vlad, but Vinny escapes from the building before backup arrives. Vlad tells Max that Vinny has been wiping out everything he sees as competition on the black market gun trade. It appears Vinny may have garnered some new powerful connections unknown to them. Once everything is resolved with Vlad, Max returns home to his apartment and tries to get some rest. Later that night, he wakes up to a knock at his door.
Mona, I was wondering when you'd show up.
Max, I'm not here to kill you. Aren't you going to ask me in? You are in danger. Both of us are. There's a contract out on us.
There's no us in this. You're a murder suspect. I should take you in. I was hiding behind the badge.
Max looks outside his window and spots a sniper across the street. The sniper attempts a shot, but Mona escapes and Max follows her. He calls Winterson, tells her about the sniper, and asks for backup. The building soon becomes swarmed with the same cleaners from the warehouse. He goes to the room of the sniper and discovers that whoever is trying to kill him had been monitoring his movements for months now. Max manages to escape the cleaners and returns to the police department.
They hit you home? It's like a friggin' kindergarten out there. What next? A kid with a bag full of guns and a head full of video games turns the house into a shooting gallery. Breaks my heart. Innocent people got killed. You didn't do your job, Payne. To protect and serve isn't just bullshit hype. What the hell's going on?
With me, he meant. I had my doubts about the cleaners spying on me. About Mona. According to Vladimir Lem, the mob captain Vincent Cogniti is behind the hits. Seems he's made a deal with an unknown third party. Maybe the cleaners. I don't know. Something doesn't fit. If it's true, I've been added on Cogniti's list. I came close to lying to Bravura. I told myself I needed to find out the facts first before others could screw up the evidence. But that was an excuse. Mona had gotten under my skin. I couldn't close my eyes to any of it anymore. It was more important than the job. She had tried to reach me, left her number. Risky leaving your number at the police station.
Trace the call and you'll see I'm talking to you from Hong Kong.
Winterson.
I'll give you my address. Make sure you're not followed.
Max, what's going on?
What do you mean?
Don't do anything stupid.
Mona's place was a closed-down funhouse based on a 90s TV show. The show's cancellation had been the kiss of death to it.
When he arrives, Mona tells Max that the Inner Circle has put out a contract to eliminate anyone knowing of their existence. Mona has a contact inside willing to talk and takes Max to him. When they arrive at the contact's location, they discover that the cleaners have arrived before them. They discover that many members of the Inner Circle were living in the building and the cleaners were there to eliminate every one of them, including Mona's contact. Before he leaves the area, Max finds a photo of the contact with Senator Sebastian Gate and Alfred Woden. By now, it was clear that the Inner Circle was involved in his attack. When he meets up with Mona, he discovers that she had been arrested by Winterson, who is surprised to learn that Max was associated with Mona.
What were you thinking? Were you thinking at all?
I was following a lead. She was helping me.
She is a fugitive murder suspect, for Christ's sakes!
I was trying to save those people from the cleaners. The two cases are connected, mine and Winterson's. Senator Gate was killed by the cleaners.
They are connected. Winterson can have them both. She doesn't back you up.
I was doing my job.
I'm sorry to do this, Payne, but it's for your own good. Hand me your guns. I'm putting you to a desk job. Start by writing a report on what the hell happened on the Upper East Side.
I was mad. At myself, at Bravura, at Mona. Was she worth this? It was all connected. The murder of Senator Gate, the cleaners, the Inner Circle, Vinnie Gognitti. I had to make Winterson see it.
They're taking the fall, both of them. Payne was with her when she was arrested.
Who are you talking to? You're leaking information.
Bravura's too soft on you. I was informing the proper authorities on what they should know. Stay away from my case, Max. Stay away for your own good.
Everything had started out as black and white. Somewhere down the road, the line went blurry. The colors started to run, got smudged and gray. Winterson had been above my suspicion. It felt like a goodbye.
Afterwards, Max decides to pay Mona a visit in her cell.
Max, you've got to get me out of here.
You know I can't do that.
If I stay here, I'll die.
Isn't that a bit melodramatic?
Behind bars, I'm a sitting duck.
This is as safe as it gets.
Come on, Max. Any one of these cops could be on the Inner Circle's payroll. You should know.
What's that supposed to mean?
You know Alfred Woden. You want answers? Call him. He'll verify everything I've told you.
Okay, I'll do that.
Reluctantly, Max gives Woden a call. Just then,
Jesus Christ!
Bomb? That was a bomb! Upstairs, now!
Jesus!
Upstairs, now!
Something was off. Mona's words on her being a sitting duck kept playing in my head. The bomb had misdirection written all over it.
Drop it! Oh! Armed perps in the lockup. Officer down.
Take him down! Find the bitch! Find her! Kill her!
NYPD, drop your gun!
Ah!
Mona had been right. I had to go after her. Staying here, trapped behind a desk, would have solved nothing. Mona had vanished into the night. Without her, I had nothing to go on. I knew where to find her. Have no fear. Vlad is here. The world was getting too small for comfort. Too many coincidences.
Bang! You're dead, Max Payne.
A giant-headed Captain Baseball bat boy costume lay in the back seat. Gearing up for Halloween?
Max, dearest of all my friends. Call it my Trojan horse in the war Vinnie Gognitti started. Speaking of which, any news?
Do me a favor. Drop me off at Coney Island. Does the inner circle ring any bells?
Nothing mystical about them, even if they themselves would like to think so. Just one step up the ladder of organized crime. I see where you're going with this. Cogniti has made a deal with them.
What about Mona Sachs?
I know of her. Her reputation as a hired killer. I hear she is a stone fox. I would fuck her.
Right then, I hated Vlad.
Max, I need to ask your advice as a friend.
Ask.
Hypothetically, if the only choice you've got is to do the wrong thing, then it's not really the wrong thing. It's more like fate. You have to do what you have to do.
It's never that easy.
Of course. We agree to disagree.
Why was I there again?
Wait. Wait just a minute. Talk to me.
What are you so afraid of? What do you want from me?
The Things That I Want by Max Payne. The smoke. A whiskey. For the sun to shine. I want to sleep to forget. To change the past. My wife and baby girl back. Unlimited ammo and a license to kill. Right then, more than anything, I wanted her.
You led them here. Up to my place. We can take them there.
Max and Mona split up in order to ambush the cleaners. When they try getting away in their van again, Max manages to hop aboard. They take him to a heavily guarded construction site and Max tells Mona of his location. He enters into a nearby condemned building where the cleaners have apparently been storing a large amount of explosives, illegal firearms, and a mountain of evidence linking the cleaners to all the murders. When he meets up with Mona at the construction site, they have a run-in with Winterson.
Stay out of this, Max. You're only making it worse. You've been suspended.
She's one of them. She's here to kill me.
I'm doing my duty. She is a fugitive murder suspect. I'm taking her in. She resists, she gets shot.
As surely as the bullet rips through the victim's flesh, organ, and bone, it shatters the image of the man who presses the trigger.
Easy.
Back off, Payne.
This is what I see when I look back. These moments, blinding as snow, they kill you, change you. You die and live again, remade.
No, Mona. Winterson! Gunfire! This way, fast! Go! Go, run! Mona! Over here! Hold it! Ah! Detective Winterson! Officer down! He went over the edge!
The genius of the hole. No matter how long you spend climbing out, you can still fall back down in an instant.